Oh my God, if I die, I'm a legend. When they lay me down to rest, I know I was always repping. Oh my God, my whole life.
What's up YouTube, Saf here on Super Saf TV, and in this video we're going to be doing an initial comparison between the Samsung Galaxy Note 8 and the Google Pixel 2 XL. So we've got the larger offerings from both Samsung and Google here, and I've had a chance to play around with both of these, so I'm going to be summarizing all the key differences and my thoughts to give you guys a better idea of which one to go for. So initially starting off with the size difference, they're quite similar in size, but the Note 8 is around 4.6mm taller, 0.7mm thicker, but it is around about 2mm smaller in terms of the width. Now a lot of this does come down to the display sizes and setups. So for the display sizes, you've got 6.3 inches on the Note 8. On the Pixel 2 XL, you've got 6 inches. And both also have a similar aspect ratio. We've got 18:9 on the Pixel and 18.5:9 on the Note 8. In terms of the display technologies, we've got Super AMOLED on the Note. On the Pixel, we've got POLED. So they both have base OLED technologies, and both of them are really vibrant with very deep blacks, and they both look really good to me. Now we're gonna have to do some more tests with these and see how they react in bright daylight and things like that, but I really don't think you're gonna be disappointed with either of these. And because of the OLED technology on both of these, you also have an always-on display. This is going to display your time and notifications and things, and they're always going to be there, so just at a glance you're going to be able to see them. Very useful feature. Now with the Pixel, you do have something that's called Now Playing. This is a new feature from Google. This is always going to be listening to its surroundings, so if there is some music playing, then it's going to tell you what music is playing on there. So think of this as an advanced version of Shazam, but you're not going to actually have to do anything. It's going to detect that music automatically, which is really cool. Now the reason why the Note isn't as wide as the Pixel in terms of physical dimensions is firstly because it does curve in from the sides, but secondly because it has smaller bezels overall. So we've got a better screen to body ratio on the Note compared to the Pixel, but that is because we have dual stereo front firing speakers on the Pixel. On the Note we have a single bottom facing speaker, and this can be covered quite easily. So when it comes to the speaker performance, then the Pixel definitely takes a win here. It's going to give you a much more immersive experience. But one thing that the Pixel does not have is a 3.5mm headphone jack. This is something that we do have on the Note 8. So Google have decided not to have the 3.5mm headphone jack this year, and it seems to be a bit of a trend among many smartphone manufacturers, and it's something that I do think we'll see more going forward. I know a lot of you guys are going to be disappointed about this. You do get a converter out of the box, a 3.5mm to USB Type-C converter, but you don't get any headphones out of the box with the Pixel. On the Note, you do get some AKG earphones out of the box, which are worth around about $100. So this will come down to your personal preference. Do you like the front-facing speakers of the Pixel, or do you like the larger display as well as the headphone jack on the Note 8? And moving on to the resolution, both of these have a very high resolution, some of the highest res displays out there, Quad HD Plus. And in terms of pixel density, you've got slightly higher pixel density on the Pixel, and that is because slightly higher pixel density on the Pixel. But that is because it's got a slightly smaller screen, so you've got 538 versus 522. Really not much between these, and they are both going to be great for VR. Now when it comes to the physical build, the Note 8 actually weighs 20 grams more, and both of these do have slightly different builds. The Note 8 has a metal frame with Gorilla Glass 5 panels on the front and back, and they do curve in to the sides. This looks really cool. It also makes the Note quite comfortable to hold because it's symmetrical all around. With the Google Pixel, we also have a combination of metal and glass, but it's a metal unibody with a glass panel just at the top. This is a signature look that we've got from the previous devices, and in my opinion it does look really good. And we've got 3D Gorilla Glass 5 at the front, which does curve in to the sides, nothing as much as what we've got on the Note 8. Now in terms of which design you like better, it's obviously going to come down to your personal preference. I think both of these do look good, but if you do want to customize the look of either of these, then I definitely recommend picking up a skin from our channel sponsor Dbrand Skins. I'll be leaving a link to them in the description below. Now both devices are also water and dust resistant. You've got IP67 on the Pixel, you've got IP68 on the Note 8, so you've got a slightly higher rating here. But it's great that both of them do have water and dust resistance. The previous year's Pixels did not have this, and that was a little bit of a disappointment for a lot of people I know. Moving on to the internals, both of them actually have the same processor, the Qualcomm Snapdragon 835. The Note 8 does come with a different version depending on your location, so you can either get the Snapdragon or you can even get the Samsung Exynos 8895. Both perform really well, and in terms of RAM, you've got 6GB on the Note 8. And on the Pixel, you've got 4GB of RAM. Now for speed and performance, we're going to have to do some detailed comparisons once we've got the retail version of the Pixel in hand. And if you do want to see that first, then make sure you have subscribed. Now in terms of storage versions, both of these have a base model of 64GB, and then we also have 128GB versions. But the Note 8 does have a 256GB version. This is something that I haven't come across myself in shops and things. The 64GB version is the main one that you can get, but you do get expandable storage via a micro SD card slot. This is something that you don't have on the Pixel. On the Pixel, however, you do get unlimited storage for all of your photos and videos at full resolution in the Google Cloud, so you're not going to have to worry about storage in that sense. The Note 8 also comes with, I think, 100GB of Dropbox storage for 2 years as well, so that is an option that you do have there. With the Pixel, the unlimited storage is going to be up until the end of 2020, and after that you'll still get high resolution backups. Now moving on to the cameras, the Note 8 has a dual camera setup. It's definitely one of my favorite cameras out right now. Both cameras are 12 megapixels and both have optical image stabilization. The primary camera has an f1.7 aperture with dual pixel autofocus, and the secondary camera has an f2.4 aperture. And with that secondary lens, firstly you're going to get 2x optical zoom, so it's going to get you much closer to your subjects. And you've also got a feature called live focus, which is going to blur the background in your images and give you sort of a portrait mode that you've seen on the iPhones. It does really well, and it's super sharp. You can also edit the background blur after the fact. With the Pixel, we only have a single camera. It's got 12.2 megapixels, an f1.8 aperture, laser plus dual pixel autofocus, and optical as well as electronic image stabilization. Now, although we've only got the one camera on the Pixel, we still do have a portrait mode where you're going to be able to get shots with blurry backgrounds. And this works because we have the dual pixel setup as well as the machine learning that Google has implemented into the Pixel. And early results do look really promising. We'll definitely do a side-by-side Super SAF style camera comparison between these two. So definitely hit that thumbs up button if you're looking forward to seeing that. Now in terms of video, you've got 4K at 30 frames a second on both, 720p at 240 frames a second on both as well. But the Pixel does come with 1080p at 120 frames a second. So we do have this additional option here. Now there has been certain reports that the Note 8 is going to be getting 4K at 60 frames a second. I believe for the Exynos version, if I do get any updates around that, I will let you know on social media. And when it comes to the front-facing cameras, both of them have 8 megapixels. We've got f1.7 aperture on the Note 8. On the Pixel, we've got an f2.4 aperture. Now the Pixel does have a portrait mode from the front-facing camera as well, and in my test it's done really well. But with the Note 8, you've got autofocus from the front-facing camera as well as 1440p video recording. You've only got up to 1080p on the Pixel. So once again, we're going to have to put these side by side. Both of them do take really good selfies, but I've been very impressed with the Pixel's dynamic range as well as that portrait mode. So I'm really looking forward to checking out once we've got the final software. Now for the operating systems, the Pixel does have stock Android, and that's a unique thing that you've got on the Pixels. Stock Android with no skin on top. And it also means you're going to be getting updates right away. Updates are going to be supported for a minimum of 3 years as well, which is absolutely great. And with the Note 8, you have Android, but you have the Samsung Experience again on top. So mine is currently on Android version 7.1.1. I'm not sure when we're going to get the Android 8 update. That can sometimes take quite a few months. So this is an advantage that you're going to have on the Pixel. But with the Note 8, you do get some additional features which you won't get on the Pixel. And we also have the S Pen on the Note 8. So this is quite a unique feature. And the software actually needs to be quite custom in order to be able to take advantage of the features that you have with the S Pen. Some of the features that I like, first is the off-screen memo. So you can just have the screen off and you can just jot down your notes and things, and they will stay there because of the always on display. You can also live translate things just by hovering over your pen, and it's also going to convert currency for you just by hovering over certain things. So it can be nice and quite useful, but this will come down to your personal preference, which one of these you prefer in terms of the software experience. Now, other additional features, both of these do have a fingerprint scanner on the back. With the Note 8, I have to say it's in a bit of an awkward position. It does take some time getting used to because it's at the top near the cameras. The Pixel definitely has a more accessible fingerprint scanner and it's definitely more reachable. You do, however, have an iris scanner as well on the Note 8, so you can use that if you'd like. This is something that you don't have on the Pixel. And then we've got the AI assistants. We've got Google Assistant on the Pixel, we've got Bixby on the Note 8. Now, I know there's going to be a bit of debate about which one is better, etc. I think we could probably do a detailed test between these two, Bixby versus Google Assistant. It'll be interesting to see. And we've also got different ways to launch both of these. So with Bixby, you've got a dedicated button on the Note 8. With Google Assistant on the Pixel, you can use a squeeze feature. This is called Active Edge, and you can just squeeze the sides of the phone, similar to what we've seen on the HTC U11. And you can't customize either of these. With Bixby, lots of people have tried to do some plugins and things and apps which let you remap that, but though that usually gets closed off very quickly by Samsung. And I'm pretty sure that will probably be the case with the Pixel as well. You've got Google Lens on the Pixel, and on the Note, you've got Bixby Vision. Both of these are going to give you additional information about your surroundings and things, so you could just point them at, say, a book or something, and it's going to give you more information about that. Now, moving on to the batteries, the Note 8 has a 3300 mAh battery. The Pixel has a 3520 mAh battery, so you do have a larger battery here on the Pixel. We'll have to see what battery performance is like. The Note 8 has been pretty good in my experience, not amazing. I'm getting roughly between 4 to 5 hours of on-screen time with my usage. Now, neither of these are removable, but both of them do support fast charging. This is great to get a quick top up whenever you need. But with the Note 8, you do have wireless charging, and it also supports fast wireless charging. We don't have any wireless charging on the Google Pixel 2 XL. Now, finally, looking at the price, the Note 8 right now for the base 64GB model, you're looking at around about £870 here in UK. The US, you're looking at roughly about $950. With the Pixel 2 XL, you will be paying less for the base model, so that's £800 here in the UK or $850 in the US. If you do go for the 128GB version, you're going to be paying similar prices to the Note. So there we have it, guys. That is the initial comparison between the Samsung Galaxy Note 8 and the Google Pixel 2 XL. Both do look promising. They both have their advantages and disadvantages. You've got huge screen with minimal bezels, but then you've got a pretty good screen with front-facing speakers. You've got headphone jack on one, you don't have a headphone jack on the other, and cameras, both of them look very, very cool. I'm really looking forward to testing these out more. What do you guys think of both of these devices? Which one do you think is better overall? Definitely drop me a comment below and let me know. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it useful. If you did, then please do hit that thumbs up button for me. It really does help me out. And if you haven't already, then be sure to subscribe and switch on notifications. There's plenty more content coming up on here. Thanks for watching. This is Saf on Super Saf TV. Awesome.